What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the MCE tutorial series here on RGC Gaming. Wow, it's been so much fun, and in today's episode we are going to be going over plastic automation. So it's going to be a quick one, and the reason we're doing that is because if you've been watching the other episodes, you know that in order to automate certain things we need plastic. So we're going to automate plastic in order to make our lives easier. That is the name of the game when it comes to MCE, is automation. You'll love it because every time you go to do something, you'll just be able to go and grab some resources. So let's get right down to it. The first thing you're going to need is rubber saplings. So you're going to need to find a rubber tree out in the world, and let me water this thing real quick for you so you know exactly what a full-grown tree will look like. Boom. So this is what a rubber tree is going to look like. It's got a kind of a grayish oak looking color. Put that away, and we're going to want to farm some of these to get rubber wood. Now it's not 100% necessary. You can most definitely get fluid like latex out of a different machine besides that, or a different tree besides that, but this one is going to yield you the most. So let's go ahead and get right down to it on our auto plastic machine. So the first thing we're going to need is our block placer here. I'm going to break a block and place it down like so, and then in front of that I like to place a stairs like this. Oops, not like that, like this. And that's just so we can have access to it, because it is going to run without power and it's going to be placing blocks. So if we just had nothing here, there would be no way to access it without breaking this, and as soon as we break it, it places another one. So that is why we do the stairs. Now right in front of that, we're going to place our tree fluid extractor. So boom, and wherever you place that, it's going to be facing what it needs to do. So you just face the wood, place it, and it's going to slowly start breaking this wood. If we look here, it's not doing it, but it is sucking up latex. So latex is going to be the basis for our plastic. And there you go. You can see it's starting to slowly break this piece of tree, and eventually it will just completely break it after it sucks it dry. And our block placer will just place another one. So here's where we're going to need to get some item conduits, or not item conduit, but fluid conduit. So remember, there are different conduit options. I like the Ender IO. I'll say it again and again. And that is going to need to be programmed. So let's go ahead and select extract and always active. And this is going to go into the latex processing unit. However, the latex processing unit is going to require water, so you already know the deal. When we need water, we bug out the aqueous accumulator. We're going to set that up, and that is going to infinitely supply our latex processing unit with water. So now that that is placed, we need to config this to insert and always active. So now if we check in here, as soon as it goes in, the latex goes out into our latex processing unit. This fluid tank for water is filled up from the aqueous accumulator, and we have latex pumping in from this bad boy. Now, what you could do is set up multiple of these if you really want to get it pumping. But if you're just starting out, one will do. So this machine, along with a few of these other ones, are gonna need power, but we're gonna go ahead and set that up after we get everything placed. So from the latex, this is gonna create something called a dry rubber. So with dry rubber, we're gonna want to put that into its own little machine called the factorizer. And let's just go ahead and grab everything out, everything that we're gonna need. We're done with all these. Boom. And you know what? Let's just grab a drawer, because the drawer actually is pretty neat for this situation. So this is going to need to send items to a factorizer. So what we'll do is, and actually we could do this. So let's place the factorizer right on the right of it, and we can set this to where it is going to auto input enabled, and we can have it set output over here. And then we'll put our redstone furnace next to that, and we will just make sure we've got input, auto input enabled. Cool. So now we have all those set up. Let's go ahead and give it some power. we need, wait, nope, that should be powering everything, right? Yeah, okay, so let's watch the process. Now, the way it's gonna work is, this is sucking latex and sending it to our latex processing unit. As soon as it has enough latex and water, it's gonna create a tiny dry rubber. We're gonna send that over to our factorizer where once this hits 9 tiny dry rubbers, it's going to go over here and become dry rubber. So if we just look up how to make plastic here, because it automates it so quickly that we can't actually see. Where is the regular plastic? Here we go. So to make plastic, you need to smelt dry rubber. Now you might be thinking, well, the only thing we're getting out of this is the tiny dry rubber, if you could see it. So to get this dry rubber, you put 9 tiny dry rubber together. So basically, this is all fully automated. The latex is going into the latex processing unit. It is being turned into tiny dry rubber, which is going straight to our factorizer. This is just combining all of those tiny dry rubbers into one normal dry rubber, and then that is heading over here, getting smelted by our redstone furnace and getting turned into plastic. So we have that set to output. If you put a drawer here, it will stack up to 32 stacks of one item. So this is going to hold a bunch of plastic, and basically, so long as your power grid has enough power to keep running this system, then you will be able to run along over here and grab some plastic for any recipe that you may need in the future. Yeah, so that's it. This was a pretty quick episode, but this little machine right here, this little setup, is going to be the backbone for the future of your automation here in MCE. And again, you can crank this up a notch. I believe 3 of these tree suckers will power into one latex processing unit. It can kind of handle that amount. And then after 3, once you get up to like 4 and 5 trees, you just kind of bog it down with latex. It can't keep up with it. So you would need to create another machine. But that is going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it or learned something. If you did, be sure to hit like and hit subscribe so you can see more videos for your MCE world like this one. Peace.